Hey, what's good, guys? It's Super Foco here on the Super Hollow Vegeta's channel. Back with you again for another deck profile. Today I'm going to show a relatively new deck for me that I'm still testing, but it's still good, the Lightsworns. In this format, they're still good. They're not top tier anymore, but they're awesome. So let's get with it. 2 Luminas. I would run 3 if I had 3, but she's one of the main engines of the deck. You toss a card for summon level 4 lower Lightsworn monster out of the graveyard. Not really a beater, but still does good things. 2 Raikos, pretty much a staple monster in a lot of decks. When he's flipped, you can destroy 1 card in the field, then send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Really good for popping things. 2 Arceus, basically the protector of the monsters. All Lightsworn monsters everywhere, regardless of which side of the field they are, cannot be targeted by spells, monster effects, anything like that. So pretty much he helps me protect my monsters from anything that would destroy them. 2 Wolves, really great card. When it's milled, I can special summon him. Good at 2, 3's too cloggy, and I mean if you draw into him, it's really bad. But he is a really good 21 attack power beat stick. 2 Lila for popping back row, really good effect. 1 Jane, just for attack power, I guess. I mean, he gains 300 during the damage calculation, so he is kind of a good beat stick and helps me mill off stuff. 1 Gareth to help me get draw power. Every time I mill 1, hits effects allow me to, for every Lightsworn mill to the deck, I can draw a card, so it's good for getting back my hand. Celestia, 23 attack power beat stick. Send the top 4 cards of my deck to the graveyard, pop 2 cards my opponent controls. Really good. Garganoth, gains 300 attack for each Lightsworn in the graveyard.
Which he always has a lot of.
Always! That's the whole pretty much the idea of the deck, getting all of your Lightsworns, or, you know, at least 4 types.